Massive problems for the Super Duper playoffs. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just gonna give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the Moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine in the KTM challenge.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look. Between the industry ruts, we got some ruts to look through today. Welcome to the swimming pool. The industry is under a massive amount of fire at the moment. I mean, listen, this was a huge ball drop, what happened at the first round of the Super Duper playoffs in Charlotte, canceling half the race. And this happened in the worst possible way for the industry. Why, you ask? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you, because it was a live broadcast on NBC, and they only got about an hour of it out there, and then they started playing the replay of last year's track, which was actually a decent track, but still a massive ball drop. This hurt them so bad. So very bad. This really put the series in jeopardy, because we got to see if this thing actually has legs. At face value, it kind of looks like it could be a good format, a good plan. But as we see riders now tapping out, not willing to come race this race, that is strike one. Strike two is these tracks are getting a little bit dangerous. This track was sketchy. I mean, we saw how many riders claimed Mookie crashed before he could even get.
It's all good, Walty. I didn't even want to race this series anyway. I wanted to go fishing.
To the motos, just in qualifying. Other riders went head over heels during qualifying. Lucky to still be alive. Juju, and one of you guys, if you're new, get subscribed. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, today. Inbox me over on Instagram, Walty Wanderers SMX on Instagram. Jump over there. If you guys want, do some more bench racing. Bring an open face and a fresh pair of tear-offs, because the roast flies over there too. He was like, dude, did you see Juju's interview? It was almost like he was reading off a script. It was almost like KTM's like, hey, you got to read this from your hospital bed, because they know this was a bad look for them. And listen, I always say, I'm the first one to say, this is Gladiator Games, Bloodsport, Evel Knievel, Daredevil, modern day Gladiator Games stuff. That's what we're doing out there. So we know it's not if we're going to get hurt, it's when and how bad. Anybody that's rode, present company included, and I still ride almost every freaking day, as much as I can. I'm like you guys. I love moto. I'm all things moto. Insanity, right? It's bound to happen, right? But there's a hidden flaw with this SMX playoff hybrid track, and a lot of you guys might know what it is, and I'm going to tell you what it is here in a minute. Listen, industry. This is hard. What I'm doing, and I'm examining as I read between the lines and look between the industry ruts and do deep dives and a lot of speculation on what's going on out there. As somebody who's worked in the industry deep, blood, sweat, and tears in the trenches back in the day, when moto was hard hitting and super cool in alternative sports, not mainstream attempted ball-like sports, this was a much funner industry to be part of. But even, I've just seen this movie before. But the reality is this. Here's what's going on, my friends. I love the SMX hybrid tracks. I think they're great, even though I think this round one, the track sucked. The way it was handled was sucked. They should have had things in place to make sure this event happened, rain or shine. When we buy a ticket, it's rain or shine. So that goes out the window. We got ripped off. This is the biggest rip-off in Supercross, Motocross, or playoff, or whatever you want to call it, Super Duper history. There's no arguing that. This was a rip-off. The bigger challenge for these bikes, because now they are much, much faster. There's a much smaller margin of error. And getting a bike to be set up, finding you typically set it up for Supercross with Supercross suspension, or you go motocross with motocross outdoor suspension. To try to find something in the middle, it's almost impossible. So this is really making it more dangerous on one hand for these guys to have to go out there and negotiate. Now, what I think they should be doing is they should make like they had, I've seen a couple tracks that had some, these tight rhythm sections have to go away. Give us the huge gaps, hits where these guys got it. It's no margin for error. You got to clear massive jumps, some triples, some rollers, some sand. Have a supercrossy type of track without an actual cookie cutter supercross section just tossed in somewhere into the track. And that's in fact what happened with this track. So that's what the challenge is right now, is bike setup. These guys have very little time to practice for these outdoor tracks, or these hybrid tracks. They don't know exactly what they're going to be like, so they can't really build replica tracks like we can with a lot of these big teams in Supercross, where they get track maps and they can build them at the facilities. And basically, by the time they got there, they had already ridden the track back to their practice tracks, which is really unfair for the privateers who just got to learn it, on race day, not even get to do press half of them. These top riders are building replica tracks, then getting press day, and they'll sprinkle in a couple privateers just for good measure. And then they've just got they got superior equipment. It's almost impossible now for the privateer to make it. Back in the day when I worked in the industry, privateer teams were powerhouses. I mean, we had big, gnarly. Triple X was a gnarly powerhouse semi-truck, ex-champions coming through team. And those times have come and gone. Our best satellite teams aren't even close to what Triple X was. And final thoughts I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, they're shark infested. Industry, welcome back to the swimming pool. This will be a commonplace for you, so get ready, buckle up, strap in, get your life preserver, because you're going to be in here for a while for sure. My thoughts are this. SMX is at risk right now. I don't know if it lasts. It's going to go through some changes. A couple changes have to occur. These tracks have to be more setup friendly. And listen, I want these guys to be challenged. I want to see them out of their comfort zone. I think it's great that we throw them a curveball like this, but it was too big of a curveball in Charlotte. It hurt riders, possibly cost a few of them their career, and took a lot of them out of the series. The ones that even decided to show up. This thing is falling on its face before it's even had a chance to succeed. Other off-season races, which for me that's all this is an off-season race packaged up like a championship money race, have not been able to stand the test of time. And I'm not sure this one will either. I personally think if it's not broke, don't fix it. Supercross, motocross, invitational races, money races, overseas races, let the riders decide which ones they're going to do to try to capitalize, control them, and keep them over here, because you don't want to lose any revenues. That just spells greed, and greed never wins. And that's why Walty's going to be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there. Simply search up Walty Wanders MX on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.